Yeah, I believe so.
All
We
right.
are live.
All right. Let's light this candle.
It should be.
It says live. 15 seconds.
I don't know why it's not showing up over here. Oh, there we go. What is up, everybody?
What's up?
Plumber Stacker here with Texas Joe. Happy Thursday to everybody. See, Forrest is in the house. Doug Stacking, how you doing?
What's up, Thug?
Only got a few in there right now.
We can watch the rerun then.
Yeah, I could go too long. Go about 30 minutes or so.
Whatever you want to do.
Make it a quick one. What's up, Jags fan? Angry Warrior, how you doing?
Oh, crap. I need to open
Amanda,
see the chat.
Flush Gordon's in the house. The Flush Gordon beacon lit up. That's like the AW septic tank. The septic tank signal, like the bat signal. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Amanda, crazy from Mopar. I got to get you that total, man. I keep forgetting about that. Jason Gomez, how's it going? Rooster, what is up? Actually, I can do some of that now. So today we're going to probably just touch on silver prices. What do we think is going to happen soon? Talk about the paper market, see what's going on with it. Basically stick around Joe's area of expertise. Jason Gomez, I don't know if I said hello, but hello. Hoosier Stacker, what is going on? I don't think too many people are live right now, but in about 30 minutes it's going to get loaded up on YouTube.
Right. The GC's flipping coins around and
yeah. Dove season, what's up? How are you, buddy? Man, we got a huge storm rolling in right now.
Yeah, Florida's been getting bombed. I was on a webinar with Fidelity, and the speaker was in Florida, and she lost her feed for like 30 minutes. And
really?
On hold, yeah.
Yeah, it barely got a rain down here, and we lose power. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What's up, Kyle? How's it going? Got my P-51 airplane going. No problem. Glad you liked it. All right, well, I guess we can get rolling. We got 20.
Okay.
Again, everybody, this is Texas Joe. For those who don't know him, we are going to talk about silver spot price and the paper market today.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen in the near future? What we should do with our funds that are in the market, and I might touch on a little bit of physical if we got time, but we're only going to run about 30 minutes. So if you want to, why do you think that this dip happened, Joe? And how long do you think it'll stay down in this area? What's up, Trident?
Yeah, I think the dip happened. We're getting a lot of mixed readings now on inflation. We had 2 months in a row where inflation was kind of ticking up pretty severely, and they exclude a lot of things from, these inflation reports these days. So it's kind of skewed. I mean, we all know real estate, there's a lot of inflation, cars, a lot of inflation in fuel prices, all that's omitted. So they're looking at core CPI, and then the Fed chairman came out and he says that, basically he's not worried about it. He sees it as, an opening event, the economy's reopening, et cetera, and so forth. So everybody celebrated today, and stocks were up, strongly.
Yeah.
So when stocks are popular and they're up and people are piling in, gold and silver kind of moderate, and people kind of trade out of that, get a little more heavy on stocks. I mean, that's where the money's been going lately, the flow into stocks and even bonds. Bonds have been rallying, and it's coming out of precious metals a little bit. So on any given day, if stocks and bonds are up, gold and silver are down, you kind of see what's happening. So
yeah. And that goes well too for crypto. Lots of money's been pouring out of crypto.
Yep. Today had a good day.
Yeah.
Crypto.
Oh yeah, it did. Yep.
That chart is ugly on Bitcoin, man. That's a head and shoulders.
Yeah.
With a huge headline, and you just got to be careful there.
Yep.
I don't. I'll dabble it, but I don't hold it overnight.
Mm-hmm. So
So I'm looking at actually a SLV chart right now on stockcharts.com. Is there a way for me to share it with you?
you can try to hit the share screen down there. I might have to. If not, I could always pull it up on my end.
Yeah.
You want to email me the link?
No, just go to stockcharts.com. Share. Okay. I'm with you. Share screen. Okay. Chrome tab. Got it. All right, here we go. That's what I'm looking at right now. Can you zoom that in a little bit?
You would have to do that.
Oh, I'd have to do it. All right.
Yeah, I can only show what you're showing.
Let me look in the chat. Hey, can y'all see that chart in the chat? I can't zoom it any more than that.
If you click on that and press Command plus.
You mean?
Command would be the one left of the keyboard or right of the space bar. I mean.
Yeah.
Vacation time. Nancy. Jorge, what's going on? Jorge says he wants some ribs, Joe.
I can do that. Crap.
Do you have your that screen highlighted? Not highlighted, but click on it.
I'm making it larger in the. Let me see if I can figure this out on the quick. Okay, is that bigger now?
No, but I think
is it good enough?
I think so for now.
All right, let me kind of walk people through the basics here. Okay, in this chart, this candlestick chart on the silver spot price, also known as SLV. It just tracks silver spot. Okay. The price that you see there under 2404, can y'all see my cursor moving over that? Where I'm circling?
No.
Oh, crap. How about now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Is there an icon or anything by that chart that says that'll make it bigger?
No.
Okay.
No, there isn't. So can you see my cursor, me circling my cursor?
Yeah, we can. I can a little bit. Some people are going to have a hard time.
Say again?
Some people have a hard time because they're watching on their phone, but.
Oh, yeah. If you're on a phone.
We'll get better at this.
Right. So this is the SLV price as of today, which is the 2404. This red line down here that you see represents the 200-day moving average. You can see, when silver kind of dropped down about 5-6 days ago, sharply, it hit that 200-day and then it bounced it pretty good. And the last time it did that was mid-April, and it rallied from on April 30th all the way through Looks like June 17th hit a high, tried another high here, and then a lower high here, and that kind of started the sell-off in silver. So up top here, you'll see this is the RSI, which is the relative strength index, and it's at 36 right now. 30 is a line that determines if a security is oversold. Yeah, if it's oversold, you'll see it bounce that 30 line. The last time it bounced that 30 line was back in the end of April, which started that rally. So, silver's behaving as it should here. It hit the 200 and bounced. The next goal that we're going to try to do is to get over this blue line here, which represents the 50-day moving average, which is also, a resistance line. So I kind of see silver bouncing back from, the SLV bouncing back from 2404. It's going to test that 2507 number, in my opinion, because I think all the inflation news is out, and if something should happen where inflation seems to be persistent, obviously we're going to have a pretty good little rally, I think, in silver and in gold. So I'm going to do gold right now as well. I'm going to pull up the IAU. Let me pull up the GLD. The GLD is basically another, it's an ETF that tracks gold. Can you see that?
Yeah, I'm just going to keeping my mic muted because of crazy thunder right now.
Yeah, no worries. So the GLD is the largest ETF that tracks gold spot. I'm not going to get into, whether it's, it's not physical, it's paper, but for the purposes of trying to come up with technicals for gold and, trying to, identify a buying opportunity, you'll see here that the 50-day, the 200-day moving average, which is represented by this red line here, gold prices are way below that. Okay. And then the 50-day moving average, which is right here, this blue line, they're inverted right now. You'll note if you come back here and look in this area right here, when the 50-day crosses the 200-day moving average, it's also known as like a death cross. And kind of an indicator of how, the trading is going to go over the next, weeks and months. And this death cross kind of caused a real sharp sell-off in gold. So it bounced twice and has been rallying since. Okay. And now we're in this resistance line right here at 166. You can see this is resistance. This is resistance. It's rather strong because it's built up over several months. And the bottom is the MACD, which is the moving average convergence divergence. Kind of shows you what the momentum is of the stock right now, which is of the underlying commodity, which is gold, which is not that strong at all. So this, if you don't have any paper gold or any paper silver, now's a nice time to maybe, and if you've got a 401k or you got a trading account, now's a nice time to kind of leg in if you're looking for a trade. And legging in is basically, if you want to own 100 shares of something, you buy 25 today and see what happens, because I'm a kind of firm believer in guarding the downside. I mean, it can go down even more, but this is a good spot to put your foot in and see what's going to happen. But if it does go to 162 or 160, you've got more dry powder to buy some more and average your cost down. So that's where I'm at on gold and silver right now. I have been buying it. I know that we talked about that the other day, I made an initial purchase and waiting, for time and looking for other indicators to buy my next lots. So
So like, you say you're legging in. So right now you bought a small position and you're waiting for, indicators to get further into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a day trader per se, but I am a swing trader. So in just experience, in years of doing this, when you push all in or all out and all that, I always leg in and leg out. So I buy 25%. It goes down a little bit more. I'll buy another 25%. If it goes down, keeps going down, I'll buy another 25% until I have my full position. Okay. Then, once the stock kind of rallies, like it did here, you see gold. You see this shaded area up here. I'm kind of got my cursor around it. That's an overbought condition. So if I had just following my rules, if I would have bought here, I would have had a position built in this rounding cup pattern that you see here, when double bottom pattern that you see here. So I would have had a position here, and then once it hit this oversold area here, I would have started legging out of the position. So I would have bought all in here, and I would have legged out in here, which
So what
18 bucks a share. So
what indicators tell you to start legging out?
yeah, it's just so like on the top here, the RSI, relative strength index. Typically, when you get above this 70 line, that is basically your top. It's severely overbought. Now, I have seen stocks that will stay overbought for a long time, and that can continue. But that is what I use for an indicator to maybe to lighten up a little bit and take some profits down. Remember, my objective here is to buy low, sell high. I'm not looking to develop a long-term position, in gold. It's just trading. It's a trading vehicle for me.
Right.
And,
What's up, Lincoln?
Not a day trading vehicle. It's a process. It can take months. Sometimes it's taken, a year. But, I've got core positions that I don't touch at all. And then I've got other positions where, I use it for these types of opportunities.
Right. So
20% of my account I use for this.
And I like what you said there, when you leg in 25%. If it drops more, you're 25% more. If it drops more, you do it again. And that's the whole thing, like FOMO and whatnot. Once if it drops quite a bit, why go all in? Why not save some powder to get even a bit lower? Or if it starts to rise a little bit from there, you said then you could also leg in just a little bit more too, correct?
Yeah. Now I have so I mean, if the next day it's down 1%, that's not a reason to throw more money at it. It's got to go down a little bit more than that for me to, I mean, I could sit here and I could share my trades in real time and everybody will know, and I don't mind doing it. I've done it in the past.
Right. Well, I think strategy is very important, especially for traders. Even if you're short term or day traders is a whole different ball game. So we don't need to get into that. But
yeah,
strategy I think is a really big thing that we should talk about, because like you said, you're 25% when it hits a certain point, and then if it goes lower, you grab a little bit more. So you're still saving some powder to continue to leg yourself in and then get back out when you feel that it's time to sell. So I like that. If there's any more you can explain on getting in or getting out, I think that we can focus on that a little bit.
Yeah. So gold is rather, a stable, stable source of value. Sometimes, just going off, and it hasn't happened lately, but sometimes I'm just wrong. and I recognize that I'm wrong, and I'll take a loss and move on and wait for a better spot. Like, for instance, leg in 25%, I get all legged in 100%, and it's still going down, and I'm not sure why. I don't mind. I'll take money off the table and take the loss. Because I missed it. I missed something. Because the price action's telling me something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wait for a better spot.
So you'll take some off, but not all.
It depends how much I have at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got a $300,000 worth of gold, and I'm all in, and I'm down 10%. I gotta stop my loss at some point. It's not going to turn into investment,
Mm-hmm.
because that wasn't my intended purpose going in, So, but that hadn't happened in a while, man.
Yeah, and so what you're saying is now's a good time for silver and gold.
Yes.
If you were to get into the paper markets.
Yes. So, I mean, you can silver, the SLV is 2404. So you can buy 100 shares. It costs you $2,400. So you'd leg in, it doesn't cost anything to trade anymore. There's no commissions, no fees, no premiums to be paid. I mean, you're basically getting in at a correlation to spot price. So why not? Why not do that?
Right. And then what type of research can you do if you're new getting started out and you say you wanted to buy 100 shares of SLV?
Yeah.
What do you look at? What do you look for?
Yeah, just look. So stockcharts.com is a good resource. I find listening to I need to be a little. I try not. I'll listen to different opinions, but there's always a perma bull and a perma bear in the same room, So you listen, and but these charts that I've shown you, if you do a little bit of research on price action of gold and silver over, the last 10, 15, 20 years, and you've got some savvy with technical analysis and identifying opportunities, it's a good spot.
Mm-hmm. So Jeff says he's wondering if he should start. He's starting to feel like maybe he should take a loss instead of just keep you. Are you speaking of
on silver,
SOV or what are you in there? And at what level? You don't have to tell us exactly where you bought in or anything, but
yeah, you don't have to tell us that.
Because
if he's asking whether to take a loss right now on gold or silver, my answer is going to be no. This would be the wrong time. And actually, I kind of when you hear about people that are, there's that thing called FOMO, right? The fear of missing out, which drives the prices up. When people are talking about selling and taking a loss because they just can't handle it anymore, that's also another indicator that we might be nearing a bottom. So I would, based on what I'm seeing, if I'm in that situation, I would not sell. Now's the time to have hard, cold hands and hold on to it because the long-term chart is intact. And let's see if I can.
So, Jeff, what he's saying is even if you did buy in high, say you bought in, when it was 27, 28, that area, it's very possible that it's going to hit back up there, in the short future. Who knows when. It could dip a little bit more, but on something like this, when, if you, like Joe said, if you're looking at the chart and you follow the long-term chart, in my opinion as well, and I have nowhere near the knowledge Joe has, I think it's definitely going to go back up toward 30. Whether it'll break 30 or not, who knows? But
30 is a big resistance line because of how many people are in above that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share screen right now. Let's see. It's not the one I wanted to share. Dang it. Oh, okay, Chrome tab.
And that's the thing too, Jeff. You got to understand if you're going to be an investor or a trader, and there's a difference. And with cryptocurrencies, I would highly suggest that you be a day trader on stuff like that, or a very short-term investor.
Yeah.
Don't get in there and stick it in there long. It's very tough to read those things. It's very new and it's very hostile. All right, your chart's up.
Yeah, I can't find it now. Okay. Where'd it go?
So, Treasure Guy, why do you think it's a bad investment to get into silver right now? And are you talking about paper or physical?
Well, I think what Treasure's Guy's saying is that, it's clearly kind of down and oversold, and you got to wait for a better condition to sell. I mean, silver's not going to zero. So, I mean, if you take that off the table, then why couldn't you work it out? I mean, I'm showing right now a long-term chart of the iShares Silver Trust. Can everybody see that? Everybody can see that, right?
Yeah, we can see the SLV chart.
Yeah, so this is basically a 5-year chart that shows where silver's been, right? And then, April of 2019 is when we had that COVID hit. I mean, just look at the rally that's occurred and look at the channel. Look at that is a trading channel. So 22 is the bottom of that channel. 2567 is the top of that channel, and we're at 2404 right now. So you got really strong resistance or support, I should say, down at 2250. So if you're looking to leg into SLV, now's a good time to start. And if it drops down to 2250, then you want to aggressively buy it, because if you look at that blue line, that blue line's been strong support. And yes, it has dipped below it, but it's come right back below. And market conditions and what the indexes are doing can drag it and make it even more oversold. But certainly, very strong resistance at 2250. Mm-hmm. We're in the middle of that channel right now, but we're looking at RSIs that are 34, 35. And, this is, if you're going to pick a spot, you start here. If it keeps going down, say it goes 23, buy another 25% of that position. But certainly if it hit 2250, I would aggressively be going at it. Mm-hmm. Because that's what I really wanted at,
Yeah.
I want it to go up because I don't have any right now. So I want that time to kind of leg in, let other people panic. And then, I pick up value, and then what you'll see, this 2567, that's a triple top formation. So, if once you kind of there are books on the subject, and I've studied this for decades. So, I mean, it's hard to, if you're just starting out and you're not understanding some of this stuff, you can email me and ask questions, or you can get in the chats and we can have a public discussion. This is a good spot. This is a good place to make a start. And even if you want to invest for the long term, happened. Even if you want to invest for the long term, this is a good place to make. If I was going to invest in silver for the long term in paper, I wouldn't buy my whole position over a month. I would do over six to 9 months, maybe even a year, and just kind of pick my spots and buy when it's out of favor and get in at a great price over time. Not go all in and say, okay, because that's risky. And that could put you in a position where, all right, now I'm down 20%. What do I do now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. I don't want to be in that position. Legging in is a way to avoid that.
Yeah, and Jeff, you probably would be well served to email Joe and maybe discuss some of this stuff with him, because I don't know your knowledge on any of these subjects that you're talking about, and to buying in high on Doge and stuff like that, you have to be so careful with that stuff. And there's a lot of people, even some of my friends that are FOMO people, like, and they just, you need to buy it, you need to buy it, you need to buy it.
Yeah.
Look at what Dogecoin started out as a meme
Right.
stock, a meme crypto. It was purely speculative. Everything about it was speculative. Like,
Yes.
we don't even know what it did. And they made it rise, just like, the Wall Street bet stuff, and they try to do short squeezes. Yeah. And they, one of those, like Bitcoin, okay, maybe it can be manipulated, and it clearly shows that it has been a little bit.
Can be. Mm-hmm.
But it's, at 27,000, 35,000, that's a little bit more safe than like something like Dogecoin and a popular stock or crypto that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
And I highly suggest that you really learn about what you are investing in. Unless you don't care about that money that you're putting into that stuff,
mm-hmm.
Pay attention to who's telling you what, and if that person you're following and that person's telling you, even find out what they're all about, find out their history, and find out if they actually even know what they're talking about, versus just saying, hey, I'm buying in, everybody's saying it's going to go here. Who's everybody?
Right.
Like, I sold all of my crypto, thankfully, pretty much at the top. I got lucky, but I had a feeling it was going to go down, because one thing, Bitcoin kind of controls that entire market. If you pay attention, if Bitcoin goes down, most all other cryptos go down. So once it hits near that 60,000 mark, it's probably going to go back down a good 10 grand before it circles around again, if it does circle around. This time it took a humongous dip all the way down into like 27,000, I think, which is huge. And that's the market that you're playing in when you're playing with crypto. So make sure you 100% understand what you're doing, which is why I wanted to bring, this kind of stuff to you guys more often.
Right.
Because this is a much safer play than anything like any of that stuff.
Yes. Absolutely.
Crypto's like going to Las Vegas.
6 weeks ago, you and I were talking about cryptos pretty heavily, and we saw it coming, man. We saw the huge drop in crypto coming. The charts were screaming. It's gonna, the price action showed me it was going to go down. So, take for instance Dogecoin, 74 cents. Dude, that was 16 cents yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
If you bought in the 70s and now you own, it's 26 cents right now. That is a tough place to be, and you're going to be dispirited, disheartened. You're going to run away from, the market, and the opportunities it does present, because of, these crypto missteps and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been to Vegas. I hate it. Especially, you walk by slot machines and people are just, plunk, 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 that mindless stuff. I've stood at a crap table and I've gambled a little bit of blackjack, but not often and not much, man.
Yeah.
Just hate losing. I hate losing. Hate it.
I agree. And that's crypto.
And I've got to adjust who I am to cope with losing, if that's what I'm going to do, and I'm not willing to do that.
Yeah. I'm starting to get a really bad connection, so I think we should end this.
All right.
Before it just blacks out.
Sounds good.
I appreciate you, Joe. We'll be back on. I'm not sure. We'll come up with a schedule so you guys could actually know when we're going to pop up and do chats like this. And if you have questions, feel free to email me. I can get you in contact with Joe as well.
Yeah, my email is texasjoecoins@gmail. That's the one I use for the tubes.
Okay. So there you go. And if you can't get them, then just email me and I'll arrange it. So everybody, thanks for joining us. Yankee Stacking is live now. I think that's where I'm going to head. and suggest that some of you do as well. I'll put his link up for everybody.
All right. Far out.
But yeah, Joe, I appreciate it. That was some good knowledge pretty quickly too. So that was good for everybody, and myself included, because I'm still learning just like everybody else is.
It's a process. Okay. And I've lost money in the market. And let me tell you, it's like college education.
Yeah. And it could get more expensive than that too if you don't learn if you don't want to pass.
So, I mean, don't be in a rush. You've got your whole life ahead of you. Plenty of time to invest. Take your time. Pick your spots.
Yeah.
Quality.
Yep. All right. Well, you have a good one, Joe. I'll talk to you shortly, and everybody else have a good one. We'll see you over at Yankee Stacking.
Sounds good.
All right. Take care.